morning. Today we are going to Palm Jumeirah. It is a man-made island and it looks incredible. We've seen lots of pictures from above, but unfortunately you can't see how cool it is like from the ground. And so what we've heard is that you can go on the monorail and you can get a little bit of a view. You can also take a taxi and drive around the actual island, but we heard that there's buildings in the way and things, so you can't really see how cool the island looks. So we're hoping we'll get a pretty good view of the island from the monorail. So that's where we're headed right now.
So far it's kind of strange getting there. You have to take the tram over to this area, and then the public transportation system isn't actually connected to these islands yet. So you have to get off the tram and then go over the street and then through this kind of like parking garage, and we're just following signs to the monorail. And I guess it's a privately owned transportation system out on the island, so kind of a unique thing and kind of weird getting there so far. So the normal public transportation ticket or card doesn't get you on the monorail, so we had to buy a brand new card just for this and get a return ticket, and it was 60 dirhams total for the two of us to do it. I guess we'll get a trip out and back. It's just kind of a ride.
So definitely more expensive than their public transportation, but hoping we'll get a good view. We'll let you know if it's worth it. So we made it off of the monorail and onto the boardwalk now that goes along the ocean. And that view was so beautiful. This island seems like, I think it's the most luxurious place I have ever seen. It is beautiful. You could just see so many beautiful resorts and homes along the beach. It looks really swanky.
So on the train, whenever you looked out over the side, you couldn't necessarily see like the actual palms of the palm tree or anything like that, but you could kind of make out where they were just because you could see the beaches and like the streets with the really big homes on it. And then all of the apartments on the way out here, like the high rises, were all super fancy, really nice. And then at the very end is like these big resorts with big water parks and everything. So this definitely is something that you could do if you want to come out here and do something kind of fancy and fun. I also see like some big yachts, it kind of seems like, out on the ocean in big boats. And then also coming out here we saw quite a few people that looked like they were skydiving. And I know this is a really popular spot to skydive because whenever you jump out of the plane you are over the palms and you get a really fantastic view and adrenaline rush, I guess.
I think that's probably the best way to see the palms and see what it actually looks like. We're not gonna do that, but I'm glad we came out on the monorail. I think that was a good thing for us to do, just to come quickly see it. We're not gonna do the water park, but we're probably just gonna head straight back. But this was a good, quick little day trip.
Yep. So we are already done with the Palm Islands, and so now we're gonna head on out to our next location.
We had a friend tell us that a good place to see a good view of the Burj Al Arab without having to pay for it is to go to the Speech-Language. I think that's how you say it. And so we're gonna head over there right now and walk around that souk and hopefully get a good view.
So we arrived to the Souk Madinat, and as you walk across the bridge, you get a really cool view of the Burj Al Arab. And so there's a lot of people taking pictures here, but it's a really cool area. It looks like it's brand new architecture that's built to look like it's an old Arabian kind of like town, I guess, an old souk like we were in the other day. So it looks like there's really nice restaurants around here, but just the main thing for us is the really neat architecture and also the Burj Al Arab. So it turns out that this is actually an indoor souk. So we walked around and there were some restaurants that opened outside and they had patios around the little river walk. But then once you walk inside, there's this amazing, really cool indoor souk. So one, because it's air conditioned, it's super awesome. Two, really cool stores. It's nothing like the old souk that we went to. It looks like actual, almost like mall kind of stalls or stores. And then just amazing, amazing architecture and art and lanterns and all kinds of stuff hanging from the ceilings. So really, really cool souk here.
So when we first booked our trip here to the UAE, we didn't even realize that we're going to be here during Ramadan. So it's been really fun getting to learn a lot about that and see all the preparations. And so tonight is actually the start of Ramadan. And so a tradition in Dubai is that they have 4 different cannons set up in 4 different locations throughout the city. And so we are here next to one cannon that is going to go off tonight. And so the cannons go off whenever the crescent moon is first visible in the evening. And so we're excited to see what these celebrations look like and get to learn a lot more about this culture.
So for everybody coming out here to watch, it looks like they put out like bean bags that you can sit on while you watch the ceremony and the cannon going off. One thing that we did learn online was that in the 1960s was when the first time that this tradition started. And at that time, that whenever they started the cannons, they did it in 4 different locations because you could hear it all throughout the city and throughout all the residential areas, so they all knew that Ramadan had begun. But since urban development has really just taken off in the city, a lot of the sky rises and huge buildings have all kind of hampered the sound of the cannons in far-reaching parts of Dubai, and so not everybody can hear it anymore. But they are supposed to be like 170 decibel cannons, so I think crazy loud, and us right here will probably even feel it when they go off. So I'm really excited to see what kind of powerful cannons they have and to see how loud they are. But so far it already is getting kicked off. A lot of people are starting to show up and hang out on the beanbag chairs, and I'm super excited. We gotta go grab a spot and make sure that we got a really good view of the cannon.
They're rolling out a red carpet. We don't know who it's for yet, but it looks pretty fancy.
So they have been standing around. It looks like they have like a little kid who is out there in a uniform, and he's giving commands to the police officers that are out there going to shoot the cannon. And he's just been running through commands forever. And they loaded the cannon actually like 40 minutes ago. We thought that it was all going to be over a little bit after 7, but still nothing has really happened. So we're just standing around and waiting. We don't know what we're waiting for. I guess I can't see the moon yet, so that must be why they haven't done it yet.
And with that cannon blast, Ramadan has officially kicked off. So this is something that is unique to Dubai only. They're the only ones to do this cannon, so it was really cool that we got to see this on our last night in Dubai. And this happens every night here in Dubai. They have a cannon to signal the iftar, which is the breaking of the fast and the evening meal. So really cool, we got to see this.
Yeah, we never did get to find out what the red carpet was for. Nobody ever came down, and they had like cameras and speakers set up, but they never actually did anything with that. So I think it was just the cannon tonight, but it was really, really cool. It was super powerful. We felt that all the way up in the, all the way up where we were sitting. We could feel the repercussions go through, and it was crazy loud. So I could definitely see how you could hear that all throughout the city to really know that Ramadan has begun. So it was really, really cool. I'm glad that we stayed and saw that, even though we had to wait for like an hour and 40 minutes. Anyways, we have to go back now because tomorrow we head to Abu Dhabi, and so we need to go pack up our stuff and get ready for that trip. So thanks so much for traveling with us. We hope that you enjoyed this video and seeing a little peek into Ramadan here in Dubai. And if you liked it, please go ahead and like it and subscribe so you can keep up with more of the adventure and you can see more of what goes on in the UAE during Ramadan.
Good night.